he is sitting in the Delhi campus, Deputy Director General, Ministry of Labour, Mr. Praveen Srivastava. I welcome him for this program. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming. And there, Ashwini ji is sitting there in Calcutta campus. Welcome, Ashwini ji, for accepting our last minute offer and coming over there and being with us. And in Noida campus, Ashok Kumar ji is there. He is the Deputy Director. He is sitting there. And Ashok Kumar ji, very good morning to you. And thanks for helping us in this entire process. And we have another person, Professor Vijaya Katti. She is our chairperson. She is chairperson Management Development Program, Indian Institute of Foreign Trade. She is a senior faculty. She is with us, and I welcome her also for this program. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for coming. And all these three places, and Professor Gautam Datta is there in IIT Calcutta campus. Datta ji, very good morning, and thanks a lot for coordinating the entire thing. And my best wishes to you too for conducting this program there. And with this note, I just want to hand over this particular program to Mr. Ashok ji. He is going to give you a brief on what is this program is all about and what are the content which they are going to cover it throughout this program. Ashok ji, over to you.
Respected Mr. Praveen Srivastava sir, Additional Director General, Additional Director General, Director General of Employment, Ministry of Labour and Employment, Professor Vijaya Katti ma'am, Dr. Venkateshan sir, and all participants of this training program. On behalf of National Institute for Career Service, I welcome you all to this inaugural session of this training program, 6 days training program. Of course, this is not exactly a training program. This is capacity building program. And in other words, we can say it is a management development program. Okay. Now, what is the objective of this function? The objective of this function is to orient employment officers in the area of professional counseling techniques and knowledge of scientific assessment tools. That is the basic objective of this training program. Accordingly, the content and curriculum of this training program has been developed. Okay, sir, this is a 6-day training program, and this entire 6-day is very hectic at the same time very interesting training program, capacity building program. So, first day of the training program gives focus on transformational change of national employment cycles. So, some topics like overview of NCS, role transformation, and promotion of career centers, career center management. These kind of topics will be there in the first day of the training program. And as the title of the training program says, majority of days, that means around 4 days out of 6 days, concentration will be on career counseling related activities. So topics going to cover in those majority days are demand generation, counseling strategies, psychometric tests, personality mastery, assessment tools, etc. These are the areas where we are going to cover counseling related and all these topics will be covered through role plays and video shootings and hands-on training and classroom lectures. So in that way we are going to cover all these sessions. In addition to that, every day during training program, every day last session of the training program is going to cover soft skills. So CV building, then communication skills, workplace ethics, then stress management. These kind of topics are going to be covered in the last session of every day training program. And one more important area of the training program is at the end of this first day training program, you are going to give one task, that is action plan, smart action plan. So the entire batch will be divided into groups. Then some assignment will be given to all groups. So you have to work out on that particular assignment. At the end of the training program, last day of the training program, you have to give presentations on that particular task. So that is very challenging, very interesting, and very useful action plan program. So that is going to be there in the last day of the training program. And finally, since it is very important, valuable, and highly technical training program, all of you are requested to attend the training program very seriously, and you are not supposed to leave the campus till the end of the training program. First batch, some of the trainees requested to leave the program after lunch hour of the last day. So you are not supposed to leave. So you have to vacate the hostel only after getting relieving letter from concerned officer of concerned center. Then only you can leave. And another thing is, this is strictly a residential training program. You are supposed to stay in the campus. Because in the last program, some officers requested to stay in the hotels outside the campus. So you are not supposed to stay outside the campus. So strictly it is residential program. Throughout the program, you have to be here. And in our campus, particularly NICS Noida campus, there is a library. There is a computer lab. So if you want to work out even after office hours, even night time also, that lab is open 24/7. So you can go and you can utilize the computer lab. So I hope and definitely you are going to enjoy this training program. You are going to get a lot of valuable outputs, inputs out of this training program. So I wish you all happy training program. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ashokji. Thanks a lot for your nice briefing. I think people would have got to know about what is this training program and what sort of a content would be covered and how serious the program is, and other follow like your discipline in the campus and when you're supposed to leave the campus and other things, because it leaves if few people leave early, it leaves a very bad impression. Other people are also tempted to leave, so it's better to stay together. That is one thing. And now may I request Mr. Ashwini Kumar ji to come and share a few words about this NACS program, capacity building program. He is also a deputy director working in NICS, National Institute of Career Services, there in Noida. And at the moment he is there in Calcutta inaugurating the program. He is going to share a few of his thoughts. Ashwini ji.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So good morning, sir. Respected Praveen sir, additional Director General of Employment, Dr. Venkatesan sir, Professor IAFTA, Dr. Kati madam, Chairman IAFT, then Dr. Gautam sir. Sir, I was here since last Saturday for the conclusion of the first batch training program. I found that this was a very interesting training program and the feedback was very good except for one or two classes. But Dr. Venkatesan sir, I discussed with him and he made certain changes to the training schedule and made certain, they accepted few of the professors from the psychology background, from the psychology department of the University of Calcutta, and more changes have been made. And I think the second program will be much better than the first program since corrective measures have been made. So today also we are having 17 participants here, and I hope that this will be a better program when compared to the earlier one. Thank you very much, and all the best for the same, sir.
Thank you, Ashwini, for your kind words. May I request Professor Vijay Kati, she is our senior most professor here, and she is the head of the department, chairperson for the management development program. Because of her, the program have come to this level, and she would be sharing her thoughts here. Thanks. Here, speaker is here. Yeah, facing there. Ma'am, this is it, ma'am. Speaker is.
Honorable Praveen ji, Ashwini ji, Ashok Kumar ji, Dr. Venkatesan, Dr. Gautam Datta, and all the distinguished participants from all over India who have come here for a very, very important training program. On behalf of my director was here for the first program when we started last Monday Today he cannot come here, but on behalf of my director, I extend a very hearty welcome to you all. I must, at the outset, put on record the tremendous efforts which have gone in the successful conduct of this particular program, successful streamlining of all the syllabus, successfully updating the website, successfully doing all the efforts for putting all of us together. The credit goes to Mr. Praveen Kumar. He has, I have seen him working, he is so much passionate, he is so much committed, and when the first time when we had conducted these programs, we had met him, we had rounds of discussion, and I could really see the immense interest which he has in this particular area. This is something which becomes very, very important. Employment is at the very near to the heart of everyone. We remember the days when we were at the other end. At some point of time, we have also been the job seekers, and at that time we have realized how much important it is to really get good guidance, proper counseling, and getting the proper opportunity for the talents, whatever we consider we have. And now, when you are at the other side, all of you have to do this important job. It is the career counseling which has become very, very important these days. Because during the times whenever we were the students, the opportunities, the options for us were quite limited. Nowadays, there is a dynamism in the world. There is so much which is happening. Changes are so many that the boys and girls have to be guided properly. Not only that, during our times, we did not really have too much of it was the supercomputers, the desktops, the laptops, all of them I have seen when I had started working. So now the exposure to this young generation, to these boys and girls is also quite a bit. So we have to take into consideration all whatever are the changes which are happening, and this is just one part of the story. All over the world you will see that there is so much of the dynamism. There are so many things within India. Now it is the technology, the communication part has enabled the easy access to the different parts of the world also. So taking into consideration all whatever are the new horizons, we need to make sure that whatever government has done in this particular program, I can see tremendous money which is being spent on you all, tremendous efforts which have gone from the ministry side, and all of us have to do justice to that. Last week, I am very happy to note that we had very successful conduct of the program. I was here for the valedictory on Saturday, and I could really see there were lots of ideas expressed, there had been lots of issues which have been raised, but one thing is there that everyone went very happy. I was here when they were making all their presentations, and they had their action plans, and they had a lot of discussion. When they were making the presentations, they were all full of enthusiasm. And that is what I really want from all of you. From now onwards till the last session, there has to be an active participation from all of you. You must feel involved, because this is a very, very important task you are doing. We are really building block for the Government of India's important initiatives in terms of Digital India, Make in India, and Skill India. We are all 3 campuses at one point we are able to access. This is what is the kamal of the modern technology. We are able to communicate with each other. And number two, we should be in a position to really impart proper knowledge, proper training, and properly do the counseling for all of them who are coming today to us, who are at the other side of it. Tomorrow, they will also be employed. So, when we have been doing all this, please note, there are 2 or 3 important things. Last day, I noticed that some of them had really gone. Please make sure that even if your bookings are for the Saturday afternoon, I would request you to change, because we want everybody's presence here. Number 2, when the classes are going on, please keep your mobiles on the silent mode, because otherwise the class gets disturbed. Number 3, when you are coming here and when you are going back, please inform your governments to send your colleagues, because this is something which is very, very important. All of us at some point of the time or the other realize the fact that yes, there are so many changes happening, so we also need to update ourselves. And that is why training becomes important. In fact, in this, Ashok Kumar ji rightly pointed out that this is not a training, it is really the capacity building aspect. And this capacity building aspect becomes very important because you are all the human capital, and we need to strengthen India's human capital further. So, taking into consideration all these things, probably the best thing which we need to do is to actively participate, to understand what is the changing role for all of us, and to make justice, to do justice to the expenditure which is going on this particular activity, on all the participants, on all the distinguished officers from different employment exchanges. And also remember one thing, that since morning till evening it is going to be tight schedule, but if you feel involved, you will never feel the pains of it. You will never feel that you are bored, you are getting bored or it is too much. Slightly on the first day, this particular thing happens normally because you are not used to sit for long hours and listen to somebody. Again, remember, it is not going to be listening to somebody. It is equally the opportunity for you to interact. So don't take it otherwise. The faculty is here not for giving the lectures, not for telling you something or the other which you don't want. Rather, I would say that you all know everything. You all have been into the field. You have been experiencing. You know what these boys and girls want. You know what is the demand of the hour. You need whatever is the requirement. So, please interact. Please don't leave any opportunity to interact with the professors who are going to come. We will be giving you the theoreticals. The sound theoretical tools are definitely required and we will be providing you that. But the actual forum is all of yours. So do not hesitate. Express yourself. Make the additions or amendments to whatever have been the statements which have been made by giving the valid rationale and sort of some definitive conclusions if you can give, but make sure that you all are going back with lot of enthusiasm, new vision, new mindset, where you are going to really contribute to the nation building by having undergone this particular program. Just one thing I would like to mention, sir, that we will have to mention, we will have to indicate to the participants that it is a fully residential program, because last time also some people wanted to get out and wanted to have their own arrangements. And number 2, we need to put it across that it is, the families are normally, we are not permitting in, because our residential requirements, there is, it is mandatory that it is going to be like that. So let us not, because it is going to be a series, we need to avoid any sort of confusion. And please don't stay back till the last day, till the whole thing is over. And I must say that this type of the effort, this type of the involvement, whatever I have seen in Praveen Ji, it is really very rare. The type of the commitment he has and the passion he has got for the successful rendezvous of this. So please make sure that you all participate and help us in this nation building activity. Thank you very much. All the best.